Leading edge right here, this Boeing segment right pushing close to Highway 43 in central sections of Franklin County. That's going to head right through Phil Campbell, so you expect wind gusts upwards of 60-70 miles per hour with that. So just like we said with the Limestone County storm, you need to get into that safe place and get to the lowest level of the home, an interior room, something without windows. Put as many walls between you and the outside of the home as you can. Even though we have not seen a lot of strong rotation with these storms, they are still producing damaging wind gusts, and that can be just as devastating as a low-end tornado. Whenever we start talking about the Arctic cold coming here into the valley, and we are talking about temperatures cooler than that 27 there, I'd like to play a little game called It Could Be Worse. Check this out farther to the north into Montana and North Dakota. These are straight air temperatures. While satellites and modern radar like our own million-watt First Alert Doppler continue to improve and provide more accurate information, there's no substitute for a pair of eyes actually watching a storm. You see the deeper blues here just south of Waynesboro, so right along Highway 64. That's where the steadiest snow would be in our area, so it'll be along 64 here into Middle Tennessee, Fayetteville, Pulaski. That's where we're looking at some travel issues starting to develop here over the next few hours. But as far as things go for Florence and especially southward, I wouldn't expect any major problem. Well, thankfully not out personally in the elements, but yes, the 48 First Alert Storm Tracker certainly is. We have been driving, we were around Decatur, we drove the Beltline and then Highway 20 back into town. Didn't see any major issues. Right now, not seeing any indications of strong rotation, just very strong winds. Where you're seeing those blue colors, that would represent winds that are in excess of 60 miles per hour. So that would be our severe wind gusts right here along the leading edge of that cell getting into Limestone County. So this will be just on the north side of Athens. So Elkmont and Ardmore down the line here, that's where we're looking at the most powerful part of that cell moving through. Well, already dealing with some scattered showers and thunderstorms out ahead of our main line of storms that we were talking about this evening. So Fayetteville, Tennessee, about to see some of the heavier rain shift right through central Lincoln County. Also a little shower here around 5 points, or about to track into 5 points, southern Lawrence County, Tennessee. That will move into Giles. But it's just to the north of here where our line of storms is. Severe thunderstorm watch posted for all of western and middle Tennessee, and it's right along I-40. We've got our line of strong to severe thunderstorms, and just within the last 15 minutes, we've seen a couple of tornado warnings popped up. You can see the inflow right going into that storm, a little circulation right there. So there are some of these storms that do produce a little bit of rotation. Outside of that, a number of severe thunderstorm warnings already issued for these storms, with wind gusts upwards of 60 to 70 miles per hour and quarter-size hail being the primary threats. So this whole line is going to be progressing off to the south and the east, and the most intense part of this storm line is actually what we were looking at, shifting right on into Middle Tennessee. So this will continue heading southeast and could be in the northern sections of Wayne, Lawrence, and Giles counties here within the next hour to an hour and a half. Beyond this, we're continuing to see the line forming up off to the west, and all of this activity has to drop south through the nighttime hours, but it is moving very quickly and should be out of the area within about 3 or 4 hours of it moving in. So let's pick things up here hour by hour. 11 o'clock, storms just about to get into northern sections of Wayne and Lawrence counties in Tennessee. From there, the line will drop south and it will be into Lauderdale and northwestern Limestone County in our North Alabama viewing area first. Likely that happens right around midnight. From there, our storm line will continue tracking off to the southeast. Now, it's anywhere you're looking at the reds and the purples right along the leading edge of this line where those storms would be at their most intense. So that's where you would be most likely to encounter the 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts. The quarter-size hail is, again, right along the leading edge of this. But pretty quickly after the line shifts through, you're just dealing with some heavy rainfall. So at midnight, 12:30, the line gets into Florence. By 1:30, you're just looking at some steady rainfall with that storm line now around Russellville through Moulton, and then tracking on into Decatur, Huntsville, and Scottsboro between about 1 and 2 o'clock in the morning. It will continue pushing off to the south and east, and by 2 to 3, we should see the most intense part of that storm line already getting into central Alabama and pushing out of northeastern Alabama. There'll still be a couple hours of some steady rainfall lingering behind that line, but once the initial line moves through, that's all you're going to see is just some steady rainfall. The severe threat will be over with within about a half an hour or so, an hour of the line approaching. So getting to 3, 4 o'clock in the morning, just some steady rainfall left over, mostly cloudy skies, some drizzle or mist on your way into work tomorrow morning, but that should be about the extent of it. Right now, we're still unseasonably warm at the airport, 65 degrees. Our First Alert weather app, a great tool to have as these storms approach. You can always get a breakdown of the hourly forecast just like this on a quiet weather day, but tonight, likely that we will be streaming live coverage in the app. I don't think the storms will be intense enough for us to continue that coverage on the air on WAFF, but certainly if we see one of those spin-up tornado warnings, we will break into programming right here on WAFF, but I don't anticipate that being a big issue tonight. Instead, more so going to be those straight-line wind gusts that we're concerned with, and we could have a few severe thunderstorm warnings. So again, we'll be covering that live in the app. Just open the app up and tap the red headline for details. For Friday, cool and breezy, rainfall developing late on Saturday. Sunday might have a few snow flurries or sprinkles early, but we should be drying out by Sunday afternoon. And then we'll look at mostly cloudy skies on Monday. Also, don't forget this weekend, Saturday night into Sunday morning, we set our clocks ahead 1 hour. So we've got the spring forward time change coming up. Unseasonably warm weather is about to come to a crashing halt. Temperatures much cooler as we get into Saturday and Sunday. Highs in the 40s and 50s, lows down around freezing, and beyond that, Tuesday night into Wednesday morning next week, could have temperatures down in the 20s.
So that winter, we were wondering where it was?
There it is.
There it is.
It's showing up just as we start spring.
It sure is.
Well, just in case you're wondering, there's no snow in our future, but we do have some rain and more cold to talk about. But our weather to start this week is going to be relatively mild with temperatures not similar to what we had this afternoon. So rain becoming more likely after midnight, isolated showers possible up until then. Most likely time for that rainfall going to be between about 3 and 6 a.m. And then we'll start to watch those showers trend down and fade away, diminish as we start working our way towards the lunch hour on Monday. So morning rain likely. As it stands, looks like the heaviest rain gets out just in time for the morning commute, although we may still see some of those steadier showers sticking over sections of Sand Mountain and Lookout Mountain. Isolated showers still possible on Tuesday, but the rain lighter and less widespread than what we will see overnight tonight into Monday morning. By Wednesday, the clouds continue, but another push of cold air starts to move in. Winds will pick up out of the north Wednesday afternoon and Wednesday night. And as skies clear out, that drives those temperatures down once again. Bitter cold on Thursday. We're talking about lows back below freezing and highs likely to stay around 40 degrees, maybe even some areas in the 30s, staying for a high in the 30s once again coming up on Thursday. Some more Arctic air set to move in. Right now, we're at 55 degrees, partly cloudy skies here in Huntsville, and those clouds will continue to increase through the nighttime hours. And what that should do is keep our temperatures relatively mild. So low 50s to mid 50s overnight. Once we get past midnight, rain showers do become more likely, and then we would continue with that rain ongoing as we go through your Monday morning. Right now, a few light showers into northern Lawrence County in Tennessee. We are showing a little activity here around Florence, and if you're seeing that, let me know on Facebook, but I wouldn't be surprised at this point if that is evaporating before it has a chance to hit the ground. We still have a lot of dry air overhead, and this system is just getting started. We'll see southerly winds continue tonight, leading to more moisture rolling into the area. But as it stands now, the heaviest, steadiest rainfall still to our north in the Ohio River Valley. Steadier snowfall right now around Chicago into Milwaukee and then over the Great Lakes. No snow for us. The cold air with this particular system does stay to our north, so we'll see more rain start to form up along this cold front. But that's all that we're going to be dealing with on your Monday morning is rainfall. Now, as we get into Tuesday and Wednesday, this front will stall out likely just to our south, and we'll see a series of little disturbances right along that, which will keep the clouds in place and give us additional rain chances on Tuesday and Wednesday before that cold air gets in and dries things out. So again, we'll continue tonight with increasing cloud cover, temperatures upper 40s, lower 50s. The low likely to occur 10 p.m. to midnight-ish, and then we see those temperatures start to rise as we head into Monday morning. Steady rainfall ongoing here with mid-50s at 4 in the morning. As we get closer to 5, 6 o'clock, we should see the heaviest rain starting to shift into central Alabama and pushing on into Georgia. So likely that there are still going to be some rain showers hanging around for the morning drive, but it looks like it is going to be a little bit lighter and a little more isolated in nature than if the system were coming in just a couple of hours later. By the lunch hour and into the early afternoon, temperatures getting into the upper 50s. We'll see a lot of that cloud cover hang around, but a few breaks in those clouds are possible as we head into Monday evening. That will allow temperatures to slip into the low to mid 40s, but the clouds fill back in overnight, and we'll see those temperatures start to rise again as we head into Tuesday morning. Look for mostly cloudy skies on Tuesday, and again, we could see a few light rain showers around. Now, in terms of how much rain you can expect with this system, it's certainly not going to be a drought buster, but we'll take what we can get. So the rain starts up after midnight tonight, and likely that we do see around a quarter to a half an inch of rain across the area by 6 to 8 o'clock Monday morning. Heading towards the lunch hour, those rain showers start to wrap up. So it looks like it'll be around a half an inch is about what most of you see. There will be some locally higher and lower amounts, but still a solid rainmaker coming in, and it definitely will help aid in alleviating that drought. But check out the cold coming in by Wednesday into Thursday. Low 50s for your high Wednesday, so still somewhat mild then with an isolated rain shower possible, but with that north wind Wednesday night, as skies clear, temperatures start to dip into the 20s. Highs barely making it back to 40 degrees on Thursday afternoon, but that cool down is short-lived. Our next weather maker brings warmer temperatures in store for the weekend, so by Saturday, highs right back to around 60.
All right, thanks so much, David.